Hello everyone, I'm Professor S.R. Patil, Department of Information Science and Engineering, BLDACET, Vijaypura. Today I'm going to teach you looping statements in C programming language. As we know, the statements from written computer program executes sequentially from top to bottom. Okay, so in today's class, I'll be dealing with loop control statements, how this loop control statement works. So coming to the loop control statement, so we'll see what is the use of the loop control statements. It is necessary for the programmer to execute certain block of statements repeatedly till certain condition satisfies while solving complex problems by using a machine, and it is possible by loop control statements. So it's very simple. Whenever if the programmer would like to execute certain block of statements repeatedly, so if that is the case, then we make use of the loop control statements. The loop control statements can also be called iterative statements. So what do you mean by iterative statements? Iteration is the process of where a set of instructions or statements is executed repeatedly for a specified number of times or until a condition is met. Such a statement is known as iterative statements. Understood? What do you mean by iterative statements? Okay. C provides the following three types of loop statements. So there are three loop statements are there. The first one, while loop. It is also called it as a entry controlled or pretest loop. The second one, do while loop. It is also called it as a exit controlled or post test loop. Then third one is for loop, which is entry controlled or pretest loop. So we'll see one by one how these each loop works. Move on to the first loop, that is while loop. So how this while loop works? It is one of the what? Entry controlled loop statement. It repeats the given true block of statements repeatedly till the given condition is true. If the condition is true, then it executes true block of statements repeatedly. Whenever the condition becomes false, what happens if the condition becomes false? Then loop terminates. Okay. If the condition is true, the statements will be executed repeatedly. If the condition is false, then loop terminates. Understood? Okay. The while loop is also called as pre-test loop or event control loop. So I'll tell you, okay, how this pre-test and event control works with the help of syntax and an example. So this is a syntax for the while loop. Okay, while expression. Expression is nothing but a condition. If this expression evaluated to be true, then it executes true block of loop statements. Understood? It's very simple. If this condition is evaluated to be true or this expression is evaluated to be true, then it executes the true block of statements. Else it executes the statement X, that is false block of statements. Okay. We will see one example on the while loop, then you will get an idea how this while loop works. To display the hello world message for 10 times. How many times? 10 times. I need to display hello world, the same message I'm supposed to display 10 times. How I can do that? So there are two header files. One is stdio.h, another one is conio.h. Execution of the main function, it starts from the void main. Int I have taken for the iteration purpose. I'll tell you, clear screen. Initially I value is equal to 1. Okay. Okay. This is very important. While I less than or equal to 10. Okay. What is the I value here? 1. Is 1 less than or equal to 10? Yes. Okay. If this condition is true, then it will execute this statement hello world. How many times? One time it will execute. Okay. Next, I value, that is I is equal to I plus 1. So we are going to increment the value of I. Now I value becomes what? 2. Okay. Is 2 less than or equal to 10? Yes. Okay. So control enter into the loop. It will again display the one more hello world. Okay, the second one. Then again I will be incremented by 1. Now I value becomes 3. 3 less than or equal to 10. Yes, the condition is true. Then I am supposed to display the message hello world. So again I will be incremented by 1. Okay, so like that I value becomes 4. 4 less than or equal to 10. Yes. So similarly we are going to display the message. Imagine that I value becomes 10 now. Okay, so is 10 less than or equal to 10? Yes. Okay, if it is only symbol less than, then the condition false. What is there? Less than or equal to is there. Okay, so that is why we have taken if value of I is 10. Okay, the condition will be true because 10 is less than or equal to 10. Okay, so that is why we are going to print hello world once again. Total how many times we are going to print? 10 times, because initially I value is equal to 1, then finally I value become 10. So by using this while loop, we have displayed the hello world message 10 times. Understood? Fine. Another example, this is a simple example. We are going to display number 1 to 10, okay, using the while loop. These are the header file, execution of the function program that start from the main. Okay, I have declared the I because I'm going to use here. Initially I value is equal to 1. Okay, so this program is same as the previous one. So I value is 1. 1 less than or equal to 10. Yes, the condition is true. Okay, it will execute the number 1. Okay, I value, what is the I value now? It contains 1. So 1 it is going to print here. Okay, next I value will be incremented by 1. Now I value become 2. Okay, is 2 less than or equal to 10? Yes, the condition is true. Then I am supposed to display the number 2. Okay, again I value will be incremented by 1. Now I value become 3. Okay, is 3 less than or equal to 10? Yes. Okay, the condition is true. It control will go to here. Here it will execute the I value 3. So again the I value will be incremented by 1. Now I value become 4. Okay, so is 4 less than or equal to 10? Yes. So similarly it will execute till 10. Okay, is 10 less than or equal to 10? Yes. Okay, that is equal to 10. That is why it is going to print 10 as well. Okay, so this is the output which contains the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, this is a program for displaying the 1 to 10 numbers using while loop. Okay, the second loop is that do while loop. Okay, so how this do while loop works, we'll see. It is exit control loop statements available in the C programming. Okay, so what it does, it helps the programmer to repeat certain block of true statement repeatedly till the given condition is true. Whenever the given condition becomes false, then loop will be terminated. Very simple. If the condition is true, then it executes the true block of statements. If the condition is false, the loop will be terminated. Understood? Okay. So we have seen while loop and do while loop. Okay, what is the difference? The major difference between while and do while is that if the condition is false for the first time, pay attention. If the condition is false for the first time, then the body of the do while works at least once. Okay, even though the condition is false, the body of the do while will work at least once, whereas no execution of the while loop. In the while loop, if the condition is fails, then it will not execute any of the statement. Understood? Okay, we'll see the syntax and example. This is a syntax. Do is there, true block of loop statements. Okay, here while expression, that is why we call it as a exit controlled loop or post event loop. Okay, so even though this condition is false, okay, at least once this block of statement will be executed. Okay, so we'll see one example on this do while loop. To display 1 to n number, the same example, instead of 10, okay, we have taken n number. Okay, so this is a header file, this is a main function. Okay, I have declared a variable here. Okay, enter the value of n. So I am supposed to enter the n number. Okay, imagine that I have taken n value is equal to 100. Okay, I'm supposed to display the number that is from, if n value is 100, then I'm supposed to display 1 to 100. Okay, so I'm reading the number that is 100 number from here. Initially I value is equal to 1. Okay, so do enter into the loop. Okay, 1 will be printed. Okay, in the output you just check it out, enter the value of n, that is 100 is there, right? Okay, so what we have displayed here, 1. Okay, fine. So again I is equal to incremented I plus 1, that is 1 will be incremented. Now I value become 2. Okay, again it will go back, again it will come here. Okay, so is 2 less than or equal to 100? Yes. Okay, if this condition is true, then it will go back, again it will display the number 2. So I have told you, even though if the condition is false, it will execute at least once. Okay, so now again I value will be incremented by 1. Now I value become 3. Okay, so 3 less than or equal to 100, isn't it? Yes. Okay, the condition is true. Again it will go back and it will display. Similarly, finally, the I value becomes like 100. Is 100 less than or equal to 100? Yes, equal to symbol is there. Okay. Finally, it will go back here. It will print, it will display high value, that is 100 as well. So that is why the output will be 1, 2, 3, so on 100. We are going to get output by using the do while statement. Okay. Next, we have gone through what is a while and what is do while statement. So these are the differences. Okay, so take a two column, while and do while. So as I told you, while is what? It is an entry control loop statement. It repeats the given true block of loop statement repeatedly till the given condition is true. When the condition becomes false, then the loop will be terminated. Okay, so this is entry control, but do while is what? It is exit control loop statement. It repeats the given true block of loop statements repeatedly till the given condition is true. When the condition becomes false, then the loop terminates, isn't it? Okay. The second difference is, if the given condition is false for the first time, then no execution of the while loop body. We have seen this in example. Okay, so if the given condition is false for the first time, then body of the do while works at least once. Remember this. But here there is no execution, but here it executes at least once. Okay, this is the second difference. Third difference, syntax we have gone through. So this is the syntax for while loop and this is the syntax for do while loop. Okay. Okay, example we have gone through, or you can take any example. Okay, you can write any one example for while loop and do while loop. Here we have taken the program to find factorial of n. Okay, for while loop, and this is the program to find factorial of n for the do while loop. Okay, then one more difference is that it is also called as pre-test or event control loop. This is, it is also called as a post-test or event control loop. Understood this difference? Okay. The third loop statement, that is what? For loop. Okay. So here it is counter control loop statement available in the C programming language. Okay. So when we can make use of the for loop? So here, if the number of iterations well known by programmers, then they prefer the use of for loop statements. Okay, understood? The for loop statement when we are going to use? When the number of iterations is well known by the programmer. If that is the case, then we are going to make use of the for loop. It helps the programmer to repeat given true block of loop statements repeatedly till the given expression is true. Okay, if the expression is true, then the programmer executes the block of loop statements repeatedly. Whenever the condition becomes false, then loop gets terminated. Okay, so this is also similar as a previous two looping statements. If the number of iterations well known by programmers, then we prefer the use of what? Loop statement. Which loop? For loop. We'll see the syntax. Okay. The syntax for the for loop is, pay attention, initialization, expression, increment or decrement. Okay. If this is the case, then it will execute the true block of loop statements. Otherwise, statement X. So where initialization is nothing but the counter will be assigned with the initial value, that is I value. I can be 1, 0. Okay. So we are going to initialize based on our requirement. Okay, in the previous example, we have taken the I value, that is 1. Okay, that is what nothing, that is nothing but initialization. Okay, then second one is, what is that? The conditional expression on which number of iterations depends. So this is what we expression or condition. We can call it as a condition as well. So I value, that is less than n or less than or equal to n. Okay, it depends. If the we know the n value is 10, okay, we are going to do I less than 10. Okay. The third one is increment or decrement. Okay, here increment or decrement expression for the counter is, if the increment, that is I plus plus. If the decrement, then I minus minus. We have taken one more variable, that is j plus plus, j minus minus. Okay, so this is a syntax for loop. So we'll see one example for the for loop. Here, to display the 1 to 10 numbers. Okay, so we have the two header file. Execution of the program start from void main. I'm going to declare a variable I value is initially assigned to 1. Okay, so for I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to 10. Why I have taken 10 here? Because I'm supposed to display 1 to 10 number. Okay, so I plus plus. Okay, as I told you, initially I value is equal to 1. Okay, it enters into the loop. I less than or equal to 10. Is 1 less than or equal to 10? Yes. Okay, the control will enter into the loop. Then it will print the value 1 in the output screen. Next, again here increment is there. I value will be incremented by 1. 1. It was 1. Now I value become, after incrementing, it is 2. Okay. Is 2 less than or equal to 10? Yes, of course. Okay. It enters into the loop and it will print the 2. So similarly, again it will come back here. Now I value will be incremented by 1. 2 becomes 3. Is 3 less than or equal to 10? Of course. Okay. Then it enters, it will print 3. So similarly, it will perform the iterative operation. Finally, if the I value become 10, it's 10 less than or equal to 10. Of course, the condition is true. Then I'm going to display the 10 as well. So the output contains the value or a number that is from 1 to 10. Understood? Okay. Fine. The next one more concept, that is introduction to break and continue statements. These break and continue statements which we use in the program while writing the program. So we can discuss on this how break and continue works. Okay. So it is necessary for the programmers to exit from loop body before the condition satisfied. Okay, pay attention here. Even though the condition satisfied, sometimes it is necessary for the programmer to exit or skip a certain statements from the loop body based on some condition. So this is possible by making use of what? Break and continue statements, which are available in the C programming. So that is why we can also call this break and continue statement as loop interrupt statements. Why? Because even though the condition is true, it is going to stop the iteration for the process. So that is why we call it as a loop interrupt statements. So we'll see one by one how this works. Okay, the break statements. Break, this is one of the loop interrupt statements. It is used by C programmers to exit from the body of the while or do while and for loop statements based on certain conditions. Okay, we are going to use with the all these three loops. That is, loop terminates before the expression of loop becomes false. Okay, this is very important. It is usually used in the association with if statement. Remember, whenever we are going to make use of break, there will be if statement will be there. Okay, it is always associated with what? If statement. So we'll see the syntax. So this is a syntax. Okay, don't get confused. I have taken the all the three loop: while, do while, then for loop. Okay, so while expression, statement, if condition. I told you break always associated with what? If statement. Okay, listen. If this condition is true, okay, if this condition is true, then what happens? The control will come out and it will execute the statement X. Are you getting? So even though this condition is true, it is not going to execute the statement. Even though this condition is true, it will come out and it will execute the statement X. Okay. So similarly, do statement, if this condition, if this condition is evaluated to be true, then also it will come out and it will execute the statement X. Okay, so that is why we call it as a loop interrupt statement. In the for loop also, okay, so here this is a statement. If this condition is evaluated to be true, then it will come out and it will execute the statement X. Okay, so we'll see one example, you will get an idea. Okay, pay attention. I value is equal to what? 1. Okay, so 1 less than or equal to 100? Yes, of course. Okay, control will enter into the loop. Okay, if I value is equal to 5, it means that I value is 1. Is 1 is equal to 5? Yes or no? No, 1 is not equal to 5. If 1 is not equal to 5, then it will execute the printf statement. That is, output we are going to get 1. Okay, the condition is false here. 1 is not equal to 5. That is why it is executing the printf. Are you getting? Okay. Now I is incrementing by 1. So now 2. I value is 2. 2 less than or equal to 100? Yes. Okay, this condition is true. Again, is 2 is equal to 5? No, 2 is not equal to 5. The condition fails. If the condition fails, then it will execute. Okay, it will execute 2. Okay, then I value will be incremented by 1. That is, I value becomes 3. Is 3 less than or equal to 100? Yes. Is 3 is equal to 5? No. Then it will print 3. Again, I value will be incremented by 1. Now I value becomes 4. Is 4 less than or equal to 100? Yes. Okay, is 4 is equal to 5? No. Okay, if no, then it will print. Okay, 4. Now I value becomes 5. Okay, is 5 less than or equal to 100? Yes. Is, pay attention, if I value is equal, now I value is 5. Is 5 is equal to 5? Yes. The condition is true. If this condition is true, then the break means it control come out of the loop. So 5 we are not going to display here. Understood? Okay, fine. The similar example with respect to for loop. Okay, the same it works, just you have a analyze on this. Okay, as I explained with the while loop, the similarly it works with the for loop. We are going to go, we got the output that is 1 2 3 4 instead of 5, same here. Okay, just move on to the next, to check for the prime number or not. Okay, so what do you mean by prime number? Prime number is a number which is divisible by 1 and itself. Such numbers are called what? Prime number. Okay, so we are going to check the prime number or not. Okay, to header file, execution of the program start from main. Here I am going to declare ni, two variable, n for the number which I am going to enter, I for the iteration purpose, and flag bit that will be for like whether it is a prime or not. Okay, so enter n. I'm going to enter the number. Suppose I have entered the number 7. Okay, here I have entered the 7. So I am reading the 7 number. Okay, this for loop that is for reading. So here I value is equal to initially 2. Okay, I less than or equal to n by 2. Okay, then I plus plus. What is the n value I have entered? 7. 7 by 2. Okay, 7 by 2. Okay, if 7 by 2, okay, can I get the remainder as 0? No, I am not going to get remainder as 0. So flag is equal to 0. Flag is equal to 0 means, I'll tell you, if flag is equal to 1, then it is a prime number. Okay, so when flag is equal to 0, then it is not a prime number. Why? Because suppose if I take the n value 20, okay, 20 by 2, okay, so 20, n value is 20, I value is 2, okay, so 20 by 2, what is the remainder I'm going to get? 0. Okay, flag is assigned to 0. Okay, if flag is 0, then what? It is not a prime number. Okay, so if flag is 1, then it is a prime number. It's very simple. If you're going to get the remainder as a 1, you're going to assign the flag bit to 1. Okay, so that is prime number, or else it will be not a prime number. Understood? So in the output, 7 is a prime number and 20 is not a prime number. Okay, because when you take 7 mod 2, you're going to get a remainder 1. So that is why 7 is a prime number. When you take 20 mod 2, okay, remainder you're going to get 0. That is why 20 is not a prime number. Okay, fine. The continue statements. So it is another loop interrupt statements available in C. It helps the programmers to skip certain statements from the body of loop statements like while, do while, and for based on a certain condition. Okay, So we'll see this in example for the continue. So this is an example. It's very simple. So it works same as a break only. Okay. I initially it is assigned to 1. Okay. Is 1 less than or equal to 5? Yes. Control will enter into the loop. Is 1 is equal to 3? No. Okay. If no, then it will print the value of 1. Okay. Again, I value will be incremented by 1. Now I value become 2. Is 2 less than or equal to 5? Yes. Okay. Control enter into the loop. Is 2 is equal to 3? No. Okay. If no, then it will execute the printf statement. So 2 I'm going to print. Okay. Then third, I will be incremented by 1. It was 2. Now I value become 3. Okay. Is 3 less than or equal to 5? Yes. Is 3 is equal to 3? Yes. This condition is true now. Okay. If this condition is true, then it will not, it is not going to display as 3. It will execute the continue as a loop interrupt statement, and it will come out of the loop. That is infinite loop we are going to get. Okay. So similarly, the for loop. Okay. So here the I value uh, initially 1, I less than or equal to 5, I plus plus. Okay. So 1 I have taken. So is 1 is equal to 3? No. Okay. 1 I am going to print. Okay. So similarly, iteration will be going to take place. Finally, what is the value of I here? I less than or equal to 5. Okay. So here till the value of I become 5. Okay. Then it will execute. That is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why it is not going to display 3? Because the condition, what happens here? The condition will become true. Then it will come out of the loop. Okay. So this is an example for what? Example for continue statements. So one example for the for to find sum of even numbers between 1 to n by using the continue inside the loop. Okay. So these are header file void main int ni sum is equal to 0. Initially sum I assigned to 0. So what I'm going to find here? Sum of even numbers. Okay, between 1 to n. Okay. So I'm going to read the n value here. N value we can read any value. So enter n value. I have entered n value is equal to 6 here. I'm reading the n value, that is 6 here. For loop I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to n, I plus plus. N is what? 6. Okay. So listen carefully. If I value mod 2, what is the I value I have taken initially? 1. Okay. 1 mod 2 is not equal to 0. 1 mod 2 is not equal to 0. This condition is true. Okay. Are you getting? Okay. Continue. Sum is equal to sum plus I. So remember, whenever this condition it false, then sum it is going to take place. It means that I value now becomes 2. Okay, 2 mod 2. Okay, 2 mod 2 is equal to 0. Yes or no? When 2 mod 2 you perform, you are going to get remainder 0, isn't it? Here it is not equal to 0 is there. If that is the case, then it will come here. Okay, it will execute, it will consider 2 first. Okay, this is a even number. Similarly, check for the 4. 4 mod 2, remainder will be 0. It will execute this statement. 2 plus 4. Like that, another number, that is 6. Okay, 6 mod 2, even number. Okay, 6 mod 2 is not equal to 0. Okay, then control will come here. So it will execute 2 plus 4 plus 6. What is the number? That is 12. I'm going to display finally sum of your number is 12, isn't it? Okay. So this is the difference between break and continue. Break we have gone through. This is the definition for the break, and this is definition for the continue. Okay, it's very simple. It is loop interrupt statement, and it is also loop interrupt statement. Here, break this terminates the repetitive process of loop statements, that is while, do while, for loop, based on certain conditions. That is loop terminates before the while expression becomes false. But here it skips the certain statements from the loop statement based on certain condition. Okay, so here it breaks, but here it skips. Okay, remember this. I'll tell you with a better example here. Just check with the continue here. What it does, 3, it is going to skip it. Okay, next it will execute. Okay, so this is the syntax we have gone through, and example for this and this. Okay, we have gone through this also. The another difference is it can be used in the body of the switch statement to terminate the cases, and it is not permitted in the body of the switch statement. So this is the main core difference between what? Break and continue. Okay. Then the last one, goto statements. So goto statement, it is an unconditional statement. What it does, goto statements, it transfers the program execution flow from one point of the program to another point. It usually used by programmers to exit from deeply nested loops. Okay, so here, unfortunately, the programmers do not use goto statement in a structured programming because the program debugging and modification is bit difficult. So this is syntax for the goto. It's very simple. Statements are there. This is the label. Statements. Okay. If this condition is true, then it will go to this particular label and execute this particular statements. Okay. Similarly, with respect to if statements, okay, if expression, if this expression is true, okay, go to label and statement here. So here this expression is true, it is not going to execute this statement. It will directly go to this particular label and it execute this particular statements. Understood? Okay. So this is the one example for goto statements. Okay. So these are the header file, void main. Okay. In declaration here, top is a label. Remember this. Top is what? Label. Here, print enter the value of n. Okay, I'm going to enter the value of n. So imagine that if n is less than or equal to 0, less than or equal to 0 means I'm going to take the n value negative value. So I have taken -7 here. Okay, if -7, then it will display the message as negative number. Okay, then it will go to top. Okay, where it goes, it will go to top label. Okay, top label, then it will execute this particular condition. Suppose the n value is not a negative number. Okay, imagine that n value, if another condition is there, if n mod 2 is equal to 0, suppose n value is equal to 8 mod 2, what is the remainder? 0. If that is the case, then it is a even number. Okay, suppose n value is equal to 9 mod 2, okay, remainder is not 0, else it will go to else part. Okay, it will execute the number is odd number. Understood? Okay. So the important questions from this topic you can expect is that explain all the three loop statements with syntax and example. What are the three loop statements? While, do while, and for loop. Okay. And next question you can expect, explain break, continue, and go to statements with syntax and example. Okay. And write the difference between while and do while. This theory question you can expect. And another one, write the difference between break and continue statements. Okay, so please do practice. These are the important questions, and these are the, like, you can practice the following important program on this. So you can expect largest of three numbers, factorial, reverse number, palindrome, GCD and LCM, Fibonacci, sum of even numbers, prime number. Okay, so next is, okay, hard work is much more important than talent. So please do hard work so that success will be yours. Okay. So thank you so much for your patience listening. Thank you, one and all.